Hello, Sarah Vessa, your Pilates coach here with you today. And we are going to be doing a workout, a very short workout that just looks at our core and our pelvic floor and how that all works with our breath as well. So we're going to start on our backs. So down here you're going to have your knees bent and you're going to be in your neutral position. So make sure you've got a flat kind of pelvis, and you've got kind of your little arch underneath your back. So we want to be, with our exhale, drawing in our pelvic floor and engaging our pelvic floor, which will then also engage our abdominals. We want those three things to work in synergy, okay? So for this one, we're going to work on a little bit of abdominal contractions with that breath. So with our exhale, we're going to draw the pelvic floor in and we're going to gently draw the belly button in towards the spine, so to speak, as well. Okay, without pushing down into the mat. So you might want to put your hands underneath your back for a little bit of feedback. So we're going to exhale, draw those abdominals in, the pelvic floor in, kind of sucking that belly in effectively, without pushing into those hands. And then we're going to release. So nice big exhale. And inhale, release. So just make sure that you're not pushing down into your hands when you're doing this. We're not trying to do a pelvic tilt or anything where we're pushing the back into the mat and doing this kind of motion, okay? There shouldn't be any other movement. You should just be able to see your belly just slightly draw in for me, okay? Give me a couple more. And one more. And relax it there. Okay, take your hands out. So next one, we're going to have those feet together and we're just going to do some hip openers. So again, you can have your hands on your hips for a bit of feedback. And we're going to open our knee out to the side without the other side moving, okay? So you're going to exhale as you open that knee out, drawing those abdominals and pelvic floor in, and then bring it back into the centre. Okay, then you take the other leg out, so exhale, open it out, drawing everything in, and then bringing it back into the centre. Exhale. And in. Lovely. As we're opening our knees out, it is going to be a little bit harder to engage the pelvic floor, so it's probably going to be more about that drawing in of the abdominals for this bit. Lovely. We're going to do one more. And bring it in. Okay, take those feet back to hip width apart. And we're going to take it up into a tabletop. So this is where we're going to draw our abdominals in. And we're going to pushing the back a little bit more in towards the ground with that those abdominals, that abdominal strength. So we're going to lift up into our tabletop, keeping those abdominals nice and flat. And then we're going to tap down on our exhale. Now, if this is too much, you're going to start from the bottom and do upwards instead. So you're going to exhale, draw those abdominals and pelvic floor in into your imprint, lift up, and then lift the other leg. Lower down on our inhale. Okay, exhale, and inhale. So you can do either of those options. So starting at the bottom or starting at the top. Obviously depends on your pelvic, on your abdominal strength already. Okay, and relax it there. We're going to take it into a dead bug. So you're going to take those arms up, you're going to come into your tabletop again, drawing those abdominals nice and flat again, and you're going to extend a leg. One arm goes overhead, the other one follows. So exhale, inhale back in. So we're really thinking about drawing those abdominals in on that exhale, staying in this imprint. Again, if this is too much, we're going to take one of those legs down and we're going to lengthen out. We're going to start like that, okay? And obviously switch after you've done a couple of them, okay? One more. And you're going to bring those knees in, just have a little rock around on the back there whilst we're here. Okay, then we're going to take ourselves up to seated, so you can roll to the side and come on up, or you can roll on up like so. Okay, so the next one is a half roll back. So we're going to sit nice and tall. We're going to have the hands behind our thighs, and we're going to do a nice big exhale, draw the abdominals in, curl yourself back. Okay, so you've got kind of straight arms, and then we're going to curl ourselves forward, keep those abdominals in, and then we're going to straighten our back up again. Exhale, draw the abdominals in, curl through the front and through the lower spine there. Inhale to hold, exhale as we come over, and then we'll come back up to start, relax those shoulders. Exhale. And then over, and then straighten back up again. One more. Curl it over, and straighten it out. Okay, and relax that there. Then we're going to go into a seated spine twist. So I'm just going to turn around a little bit. So we're going to have our feet out the front. So we're going to have nice straight legs. If you can't sit up completely straight and you find yourself curling through the lower spine, sit yourself on a block or sit on a chair. Okay, so we're sitting up nice and tall, and we're going to have the hands behind the head, and we're just going to do a spine twist. So we're going to do a nice big exhale as we turn ourselves round to look over our shoulder, bring it back on the inhale. Exhale. So we're getting those obliques here, which are our side abdominals. They're working here, which is obviously part of our core as well. So it's not just the front abdominals, the rectus abdominis, it's a multitude of things. And we're only working a few things in this short routine. So this is your last exercise. Lovely, we're going to go one more each side. Into the middle and exhale. And relax yourself there. So that was just a short introduction into a few exercises, and I want you to really practice that core, pelvic floor and breath synergy. So it's all about that nice exhale, and as you're exhaling, drawing the pelvic floor in and activating those abdominals at the same time. So go and get practicing, and I'll see you for the next one.